Memorial Day, this Memorial Day, Lana Del Rey has decided to further murder her already dying career. Hello, my name is Happy Black Legends. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This video is going to be kind of weird because I'm going to be doing a music reaction, but first I just want to give some context as to why I'm reacting to FKA Twigs today, and I just want to give a little bit of background and my own personal opinion on everything that's happened within Lana's world the past few days. So I have some notes, so if you see me looking down, that is why. Because I've never made a video like this. I don't really cover drama. I don't really care about shit like that. But this is really important to me, and I'm a very passionate person. I love to talk, so I tend to just go on and on and on. And I feel like notes are really going to help me stay on track, because I don't want to... I feel like what needs to be said has already been said regarding this situation, but there are just a few things that I've noticed no one has addressed that I think are extremely important details of what she's saying. Before all of this drama went down, I really had no opinions on Lana Del Rey. Personally, I've given her music numerous chances, and it's just not my thing. The only song by hers that I've actually... Like, most of her music I don't like or dislike. I just am like that. But the only song by hers that I actually really like is Doing Time. That is just... summertime. Like, I don't know. But her music, honestly, in my opinion, it's background music. It's doing homework or studying music. It's not music that I'm gonna actively seek out. That's just my personal opinion on her music. The only thing I knew about her before this was that she was all vintagey and I wanna get high by the beach, get. You know what's actually really funny? I actually know someone who... I know someone who got Lush Life tattooed, like, on their clavicle or collarbone area. And I remember telling them when I saw it, it was a great tattoo. I wasn't a Lana fan, but I was like, wow, that's a really great, simple tattoo. But I remember saying, I don't know if I could ever get a tattoo of an artist's work, because artists are human, and I don't want someone whose work I love now to sort of shift into something that I don't support, and then that's on my body, you know what I mean? And I just find that so interesting. I wonder what, you know, they're thinking about all this now. But anyways, long story short, let's get into it. So if you already are caught up with the drama and you don't give a fuck, I ain't mad at you. I'll put a timestamp for when I react to FKA Twigs. I'll put it here, and I'll put it down in the description below. Anyways, let's get going. So, I don't know the exact date because days no longer have any meaning, but a few days ago, on her Instagram, Lana Del Rey posted this image. I don't know if she posted it on her story or on her feed. I will find that out, and I will put that somewhere on the screen for you to know. She posted this image. It was a long-ass statement. I'm not going to read the statement because I don't want to go through that mental torture again. I am just going to be focusing on points in her statement that I thought were just ridiculous. First of all, I also want to say, I do not believe from this event alone that Lana Del Rey is a racist. However, racism has many levels, and that's something people they fail to understand. Discrimination of all kinds has many levels. Racism isn't just some white guy in a Ku Klux Klan outfit calling me a nigger. Racism is also the sweet old white lady telling me I speak so well. Racism is also someone grabbing my hair without permission while I'm in line at a boba shop. Okay, racism is someone telling me that they're not attracted to me, but that's just their preference. I can't be mad at them. They're not racist. That's racism. And yes, all three of those things have happened to me on multiple occasions, okay? So, no, I don't think Lana Del Rey is racist. I think she's ignorant. I also think she's stupid. And I think she's jealous and bitter and petty. And I will go into that further down. Let's get started. Okay, so... first of all, the very first line of her whole statement, when I read it, I was immediately turned off. I was immediately uninterested, and I immediately personally felt like, honestly, like, I don't even, like, like, people were calling her racist before I even read the statement, right? And so when I read that alone, I wasn't like, oh, she's racist. But I was like, she's ignorant. For the culture, that's how she starts off. A question for the culture. What culture, Lana? What culture? Stop. Like, I could not believe. When I read that, I literally was just like, oh, she is trying it. She's trying it, honey. For the culture is a common, for those of you guys that don't know, Black culture. That's something we all, for the culture. Janelle Monáe has this, one of my favorite songs ever, Jane. She has a song, and in that song she says, for the culture, I kamikaze. For Black culture, the culture. What culture are you talking about, Lana? So when she started off like that, I already honestly, like from those 2, 3, 4 words, I was like, here we go. I knew this was about to be some bullshit just from that. And she continuously uses the word for the culture or the culture, and I just find it so stupid. And that's another thing I want to say. A lot of fans have stated that her words are being sort of strewn and misrepresented. Honestly, one thing I've noticed, because again, I want to make it clear, I've had no previous experience with Lana Del Rey. I don't know anything. In fact, today was the first day I've actually ever heard her speaking voice. I've never heard her speak. And I'm bringing this up because I think she speaks in circles. She speaks very flowery. She tries to make everything a poem. And I think just from how she speaks herself is the reason why her words were so whatever. And there was no need for like, she could have said what she wanted to say in one sentence, really. But she comes across as bitter, as jealous. And it's disgusting, and it's unfortunate, and it just leaves a bad taste in the mouth, honestly. The second thing, like, all the women that she named, and she's like, now that they're all at the top for singing about having sex and being whatever, first of all, a lot of those women, and I'm saying a lot because I don't listen to some of them, like, I know Ariana was named, I know KKK, Camilla, whatever, Carbello was named. All of those women have faced criticism for the same thing that she has. So why is she acting like those women are pop, urban, dare I say, urban rap artists? You make music for art school stoners. Like, you guys are not on the same level. So even her comparing, and like, this is why I think that she's jealous and bitter, because she didn't just say that these women are successful, she said #1 charts. Why does that matter? These women are still successful despite having #1s. They're still successful because of their popularity, and they still face criticism because of their work. You know, I could not understand why name women and why name the women that she named. It really made no sense. It was completely unnecessary. And that's the main problem that people had with what she was saying. It wasn't what she was saying. In the root of what she was saying, yes, women should freely be allowed to express themselves sexually. Yes. In an appropriate setting, yes, they should be. Yes, period, blah, 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 period, done. Well, again, I don't know much about Lana. I have read from both sides that, yes, she has gotten criticism. But here's the thing, Lana, who hasn't? Not just in the music industry, but literally, who has never gotten criticism? All of us. We all receive criticism on ways we can improve. And personally, her music honestly isn't comparable to these other people that she listed. Not just in terms of popularity, but like genre and taste. It's just not comparable. So I just could not compute. I could not understand. Another thing, her feminism comment. I'm not a feminist, but there needs to be room in feminism for women that look like me. When she said that, I knew she didn't mean white women. But, bitch, feminism is for you. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Sit down and shut the fuck up. Feminism literally was created for you, by you. Okay? It was created by your own. It was we always talk about Susan B. Anthony and Lucretia Mott. Half of those women, these mothers of feminism, were fucking racist as shit, okay? And again, I don't think Lana's racist, and I don't want to continuously make it about a race issue, but I also think, like, a lot of times, white people get away with saying ignorant, borderline racist shit without having to be held accountable. And people were like, hey, Lana, can you hold yourself accountable? And she literally said no and fuck off. I will get to that later. So her feminism comment really bothered me. If she just, okay, first, it bothered me for two reasons. You can't, she's like, I'm not a feminist, but there should be room in feminism for women like me. If you're not a feminist, why do you care what feminism does or doesn't do? But hold on, because I consider myself a feminist. I consider myself someone that tries to be socially and politically aware, an activist, if you will, whatever you want to fucking call me. And I honestly agree with that. I have, within the past year, 2 years, I've changed how I view women who decide to stay at home and be a stay-at-home mom. And I've tried to, there have been many ups and downs in my own personal journey with feminism, you know? And I definitely, you know, I've accepted, like, look, there are going to be women whose actions I don't support, but I still think that they should be treated as equal as everyone. I believe in gender equality, period. So I understood what she was saying, but I also just felt like, queen, feminism literally is made for you. Like the quote that she said, like, literally pissed this really. She said, the kind of woman who says no, but men hear yes. That's every woman on anywhere. That's disabled women, that's gay women, that's literally any single woman. I have seen so many different kinds of women ask men to step the fuck back, and men don't respect that. Feminism makes room for you in that regard, because that literally happens to every single woman. I can't think of a single woman that I know who hasn't had some weird crap ass experience with a man in that regard. What was your point, Lana? What was your point? So that's all I have to say about her original comment. Then like a few hours later that day or whenever, she commented under the post, or she made another comment about her comments. One of the things she said that just, again, certain women that culture doesn't want to have a voice. First of all, what culture? Again, yet I ask, encore, what culture? What culture? Second, certain women that culture doesn't want to have a voice. Lana, you have a voice. You have many voices because you have many albums. You are not comparable to other women, to other voiceless women, Muslim women, indigenous women, disabled women. Those are just, in my opinion, 3 of the biggest groups that are voiceless and that don't get no damn respect, okay? So for you to sit here and be like, I don't have a voice. What? You have a voice. You have millions of followers. If you want to say something, and you decided to say something, so... in fact, Lana, you just proved you have a voice, queen. You just proved you have a voice. Why? Because it got traction, because it got attention, and because it got a reaction. You have a voice, queen, period. Like, shut up. Like, oh my God. She constantly acts like she's being oppressed, like she hasn't been given a chance. You are a Grammy Award winning artist. And just because you're not like #1 doesn't mean you haven't found success in your field. Are you kidding me? You're very successful. When I think of like Twitter music artists, I think Lana Del Rey, Florence and the Machine, Melanie Martinez, Marina and the Diamonds. Like, you're in that list, ho. Like, relax. Jeez. She kept going on and on about delicate women, delicate women. I feel like I don't have to bring up the fact that black women are continuously compared to men and are constantly given this like hard, sort of unattractive, unappealing, sort of menace, evil, tough, ape like energy. I don't think I need to say that. So for her to even say like the women that are delicate, like Beyonce and Nicki and a lot of the other women she named, Ariana's delicate as fuck. Why are you saying that music makes room for Ariana but not you? Also, music literally has made room for you, Lana, because like I said, you are a Grammy Award winning artist, queen. This, I don't even know if I have the words to describe how I felt reading this, but this right here, this really takes the cake. She ended one of her comments on her Instagram by saying this: and don't ever, 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 bro, call me racist, because that is bullshit. Instead of taking a look at how her words and actions were perceived by black people, by black women, I'm not racist. That I have an issue with. Not just when it comes to issues of racism. When someone comes to you and says how you doing this made me feel this kind of way, even if you don't agree, maybe give that person a little bit of your ear, because guess what? You'll learn something. If you are actually listening and not just waiting for a response, you'll learn something. That's just basic psychology, bitch. So I was really honestly, like, up until the For the Culture thing pissed me off the most. Period. Before, like, her naming people really didn't piss me off as much as the For the Culture thing. And I've explained a little bit why it pissed me off, but that really made me the most angry. But when she said, don't call me racist, bro, I had to laugh. I was like, okay, queen, you're dumb. That's honestly, you're dumb. You're ignorant. That's how I felt. I felt like, okay, you are an ignorant cracker. It is what it is. I grew up in an affluent, area right next to the beach here in sunny Southern California, and I've dealt with a lot of ignorant crackers, and you are one, queen. You're just simply ignorant. Maybe not racist, but ignorant. And you get to use your privilege. You get to use your fame, your wealth, not even just your white privilege, your beauty, your aesthetic, your fans. You get to use and hide behind that without actually listening and taking in any sort of criticism about how your words made people feel. Have some accountability, slut. Have some, you dirty wench, have some something. I don't fucking know. She just, I just could not believe. I could not believe. Miss Elizabeth, Miss Lana Del Rey, Miss Cola Coochie, Miss Coochie Cola. This next move she decided to play really honestly pushed me, it's so hard, to be a black person. And I know that non-black people think that black people, we's a sad people. We's always singing in our woes and we's singing in our sorrows. Oh, the poor Negro. Oh, and the truth of the matter is, it's just day after day of bullshit. Literally just bullshit. There rarely goes a day where I'm not forced to be reminded that I am a black person and that I will be treated differently because of that. And again, I think that other people of color definitely go through that, but I always hate when I see people go, oh, black people make too much. It's like, you just don't fucking get it. You really don't. And also, you know what? That's another video. But you just don't get it. You really don't. And it's very tiring. And I mean, there have been so many scientific studies and psychological papers and evidence and facts and tests and blah done on this subject about the long-term effects of racism and just discrimination. There's just rage. My grandma, she's not even old, y'all. My mom had me young, okay? My grandma grew up in segregation, okay? Can you even can you even pictualize or understand what that does to the human psyche? Can you? I got called a nigger when I was like 9 years old. 9. But see, we have to go through that. But whenever a black person or whenever anybody says, hey, can you examine your behavior for 2 minutes? Oh, it's too much. But black people have to do it every single day. So after all of the kickback and bull that she got for all of this shit, like, at the end of the day, the biggest, in my opinion, and I feel like everyone feels this way in some regard, the biggest issue that people had with Lana was really her naming those other women. So ask me why. Ask me why she decided to name another woman. Not just another woman, another black woman. In my opinion, this act, she is an idiot. She's stupid, she's dumb, and she's foolish. That's how I feel. That's honestly how I feel about it. Because if you want to continue to talk about it, fine. If you want to elaborate on your original issue, fine. But keep black women's name out your mouth. And you did it again. So you're stupid, you're dumb, and you're ignorant. That, you just proved that, honestly. So I want to, because this video was the first time I've ever heard Lana's voice. And like I said earlier, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why so many people misinterpreted or whatever how you feel about it, her words, because she talks, even if, okay, fuck interpretation. Literally, if you just read her Instagram statement, you have to reread it a lot of times because she talks flowery and she talks in circles and it's really fucking annoying. And like, she said one thing in her video that literally,
I'm reminded constantly by my friends that lyrically there are layers and complicated psychological, factors that play into some of my songwriting.
What the fuck was that? Like, she was like, I understand that, like, psychologically, and there's levels to my music and tapering and wavelengths. Shut up! Drink your kombucha and shut up, bitch. Like, for real, sit down. Like, my God. Anyways, child. Anyways. So, she starts off the video, and I was really trying to give her a chance because I saw the headline names FKA Twigs, but I was like, let me give her a chance. Like, headlines, schmedlines. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth, because she's a horse. That was rude. Anyways, child. So I try to give her a chance, and then she says something along the lines of,
I just want to remind you that in that post, my one and only personal declaration I've ever made, thanks for being so warm and welcoming.
Thanks for being so welcoming. Thanks for opening your mouth with literally no one asked. Like, no one asked you to open your fucking mouth. Thanks for opening your mouth, Lana. We all really appreciated it. Like, thanks for being so accepting of my horrible words that didn't even need to be said in the first place. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Bitch, shut the Alexa, I don't have Alexa because fuck Jeff Bezos, but Alexa, play Shut the Fuck Up by Rina Sawayama. Like, for real. For real. First of all, she compared herself. Then she goes on to say, and I'm going to put it right here.
The difference is when I get on the pole, people call me a whore. But when Twigs gets on the pole, it's art.
So like I said, I don't know nothing about Lana, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw on the Twitter that people were saying that her and FKA Twigs are friends, therefore this somehow eradicates what she was saying. That doesn't matter. At this point, you have a woman who literally 2 days ago was accused of being racist for speaking on black women in a way that she really has no insight to do so. Then Less than 48 hours later, she does the same exact thing with another black woman. It doesn't matter if they're friends. She just did the same thing. Fans are fans. Like I saw fans go, "Ooh, Lana, this ain't a good look," because again, like her original message, what she meant to say, I honestly believe in. I honestly feel, yeah, I agree with you, but everything else she said was just so disgusting and problematic. It didn't need to be said, Lana. Like, shut the fuck up, Lana. Lana. So then she makes a statement about FKA Twigs, which, first of all, so I don't know much about FKA Twigs, and I know I'm going to be reacting to her album, and I'll go more into that later, but I really don't know much about FKA Twigs. But the one song, the one thing that I knew a lot about was Cellophane, and that's because I really do have an interest in pole dance. I've always had an interest in pole fitness and dance. I find it extremely beautiful. It's so strong, and I've always wanted to get into it because I love strengthening and using your body for an art, for something. I find that beautiful and meaningful. So I don't know what Lana Del Rey moment that Lana Del Rey herself is referring to. Like, I haven't seen anything of Lana Del Rey stripping because I'm not into Lana Del Rey. But when she made that statement about FKA Twigs, I was immediately offended for so many reasons. Number one, FKA Twigs is a classically trained dancer. She's been dancing for years. She actually started off as a dancer before she was even a singer. Number two, Cellophane, she trained for months on how to become a pole fitness artist, a pole dancer. She trained for months. It wasn't just like something she did in a video to be cute and then she never touched it again. To my knowledge, she still does pole fitness as a form of exercise because she's a dancer, she's an athlete, she's an artist, and pole fitness encompasses all of that. So I can imagine that that's something that she still has passion about. Number three, she literally did get criticism though, queen. Like, oh my god. Like Lana is literally out here acting like she's the only person ever who's anyone has ever criticized. And it's like, queen, that is just not the case. That is just not the truth. That's not facts. So honestly, I will probably never listen to Lana Del Rey. I'll probably never give her a chance. I'll probably never think nice of her again because I probably a few years down the line would have been able to move past all of this stupidness because I honestly look at this as just an ignorant white girl. Like, there's so many ignorant white girl comments that have been said to me where it's offensive, but I probably in the moment would have just laughed it off and been like, you're stupid, you dumb Becky, and I just would have kept going, you know what I mean? But for her to repeat the action, that she's vile, in my opinion. She's vile, bitter, disgusting, rude, talentless, and just disgusting. Honestly, I just found that so disgusting. Like, you do the one thing that people had an issue with. Really, really, really? Okay.
The culture is super sick right now, and the fact that they want to turn my post, my advocacy for fragility into a race war, it's really bad. It's actually really bad. So I just want to say to all of the other women out there who are like me, good girls, good intentioned, who get fucked up the ass constantly by the culture just because you know, say what you really mean. I'm with you, and I feel for you.
Okay. Again, she keeps talking about the culture. What culture? Show me. Who get fucked in the ass by the culture? I'm assuming when she uses culture, she means like society, you know? But it's like, FKA Twigs got so much shit for her relationship with Robert Pattinson, which I already knew this before making the video actually too, because I was actually kind of bummed when they broke up. I was really bummed because they're both so weird, and I thought, yeah, bitch, that's cute, yes. And they broke up. I was like, ooh, it's kind of sad. And I don't know what happened. It could have been an amicable breakup, but FKA Twigs got a lot of bullshit from all the stupid fucking twihards, like, and all the other women she named too. And also, like, how is Lana Del Rey getting fucked in the ass by the culture when her music is selling and she has another album coming within the next few months? How is that getting fucked by the culture? Fucked in the ass. Excuse me. Those were her words. Fucked in the ass by the culture. How, queen? How? How?
You know, I didn't add one Caucasian, 100% Caucasian person into the mix of the women that I admire, but, you know, it really says more about you than it does about me. And I think that what's interesting is the very first time I decide to tell you anything about my life, or the fact that I'm writing books that chronicle that fragility, that, you know, 200,000 hateful, spiteful comments come in, and, you know, my phone number leaked, and, you know, comments like, you fucking white bitch, you know.
This statement right here was so stupid. This was really so dumb. That's a reflection on you, not me. If you think my racist comment was racist, you're racist, not me. And again, I don't necessarily think the act of her naming people was racist. I think it was ignorant for her to name mostly black women. And again, let's take race out of it. I think it was ignorant for her to name women who've been criticized. And then she's asking for acceptance and saying it's wrong to criticize. But low-key, by naming those other women, she's contributing to that. Like, what? Her getting upset for being called a white bitch. Okay, white bitch. Listen up, cracker bitch. Listen up, Miss Ritzy Ritz. I can understand why that's upsetting. If you've never been called, you know, if you've... It's like for me personally, sometimes with the gay community, I see white gay people getting really upset over homophobia, and it's not that it's not upsetting to me. It's very upsetting, of course, as a queer, as a person, as a human being on this planet, it's upsetting. However, as a black person, bitch, I don't fucking care. I don't know, like, I got called a nigger. Okay, I was 9 years old. A nigger. And you're letting stupid white bitch ruin your day? Really? 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 I don't know, maybe that's insensitive of me, but I try not... I understand how for someone who will probably never face racial discrimination, or for someone who's never been called a nigger, or for... I can understand for her why white bitch comments are upsetting. I can understand. I just thought that was such a funny little stupid, again, ignorant thing to be upset about. Like, she just, to me... Like, this whole situation just reminds me of ignorance. It just reminds me of white people who try their hardest but fail so hard and fall so hard because they lack accountability, and they lack the ability to pick up a mirror and go, okay, society is racist, but how am I society? How do I contribute to that? And she fails to do that because it's hard. It's difficult. So she doesn't want to do it. And she's made that very clear.
And, you know, comments like, you fucking white bitch, you know. It's the opposite of the spirit of an advocate. It's what causes fragility. But it's not gonna stop me. Periods. Unfortunately, when you have a good heart, it doesn't always shine through. You know, I'm sorry that a couple of the girls I talked to, you know, who were mentioned in that post, have a super different opinion of, you know, my insight, and especially because we've been so close for so long. But it really, again, makes you reach into the depth of your own heart and say, well, am I good intentioned? And of course, for me, the answer is always yes.
She said, I have good intentions. Good intentions does not equal good behavior. That just made no, like, good intentions. Wow. Okay, so one could argue that the European settlers had good intentions. Their intentions were to leave the discrimination and lack of freedom that they face in their own home country. Amazing how they then went and discriminated against natives. Amazing, though. But one could say they had good intentions. Does that mean that their actions were good or acceptable? I had good intentions. Okay, that would be like me running a red light and accidentally hitting and killing someone and then going to court and being like, I had good intentions. I didn't mean to run the red light. Well, you still read the red light, bitch. She exhibits this victim mentality and behavior. And again, I don't know what sort of criticism she has received. Maybe she has been, like, terribly bullied. But also, I feel like maybe some of the criticisms she's gotten is literally just for her music and, like, how boring it is. And she's taken that and, like, internalized it. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not a Lana Del Rey stan, fan, or casual listener even, really. And overall, I'm going to finish this rant with a message from the queen herself.
Nobody gets to tell your story except for you. And that's what I'm going to do in the next couple of books. So God bless. And yeah, fuck off if you don't like the post.
And that's exactly what I'm going to do, Lana. I'm going to fuck right off. Okay? I'm going to fuck off. And I'm going to give support, and I'm going to give appreciation to an artist who you just disrespected. And I'm going to show some respect to the level of dedication that FKA Twigs has given in her work. Period. Period. So let's go.